Okay, here we go. Good morning. It's morning for me anyway. Let's start with Bitcoin and then we're going to go through our usual flow. I'm going to find you some smart money tokens that we can look at. As long as we're above the support at whatever this is, 62.5, 62.6, this purple line, I think it's okay to take some long plays, but I would just be careful. If we get a daily candle below this line right here, then, it could mean that might be a better idea to be risk off. I mean, I do still have some money on the side. I think I'm like 10 to 20% cash on the side. Kind of wish I would have taken more up here, but I'm happy that I was able to get out before this dip happened. And I was letting everybody know on Twitter as well, which speaking of that, let me just make sure there's nothing. Here's my Twitter, let me see. So if you're not following me, it's at back for sale, but I think most of you are following me. Yeah, AMMX is up 225% this month. There's not a whole lot of winners right now, but this is one of them. It was accumulating for a while. Yeah, so we haven't really posted much since a couple days ago. Been kind of taking it easy this weekend. So as far as Bitcoin goes, we'll just talk about that first. This is the daily chart. Again, as long as it stays above this line, we're good. Overall, we're bearish. You can see the AI social intelligence score is a 5 and it's red. Smart money is still in, but we're bearish on every time frame except the weekly. And then over here on the USDT dominance, which they're inversely correlated, you can see right here, it's almost a 1-to-1 correlation. Well, negative correlation. I mean, it's the flip side. So people have been going, risk off to dollars more and more or stable coins. And that reminds me, I need to bring this over here as well because that shows that. I'll get into that here in just a second. But smart money is still in overall. I don't like that Moneyflow is tapering down, though. If you go to like a 3-hour chart, it tapered down off and on much earlier. And then RSI is here below the 50. So what I would say is this: if you're trying to make your plan for what to expect, this is a lower high. It is a signal that things are weak right now overall. Just looking at the candlesticks, I don't know, not a whole lot to say here. I mean, this is sort of an engulfing candle, or it would be on a lower time frame. Yeah, I mean, 61.3K looks like a decent support area, but I still think we're going to get under that. I think we are going to get something like this, because let me show you this. I'll give it to you this way. Let me find my thing here. So if we come from the very top and we look at what is around 20%, yeah, it's somewhere in there. It's a little bit higher than 20%. But just imagine, as we were coming up, we saw many 20% retracements and then a continuation. So here we've got mostly a sideways. Either this is reaccumulation or it's distribution. We don't know what. Sometimes when you out of these triangles, you do get a fake out on the bottom side and then it pumps out. I don't really think that we're ready to do that yet, but it could. I would suspect that we're going to come down first. So I would be looking at something like this where it sweeps the lows. Well, not sweeps the lows, but it sweeps this 20% area like we've normally gotten. And that would be anywhere from like 56K to 58K. And then we get that continuation up. It could even turn into something like this where it ends up being, I don't know, it's not perfect, but maybe I can bring this back up. I don't know that the falling wedge is going to happen necessarily. I'm just trying to think of future patterns. But maybe you come up here temporarily and then you bounce around in here. Maybe you even come up under it for a bit like that. And then you get like an inverted head and shoulders look. And then finally it gets ready to go again. So I suspect something like that's going to happen between May 13th and the start of June. Though, the other thing you have to think is, what about sell in May go away? I mean, it could happen. We did go up pretty strong. You have to consider that either thing could take place, because this is a difficult, with the ETF and everything, it is a difficult cycle to predict. You know, nobody really knows what's going to happen. I do believe that we could still have the October 2025 top, though there's not as many people that believe that anymore. They think that we're just going to top out this year and, you know, have a big blow off top and then a 2-year, you know, downward trend or something like that. And I don't really believe that. I think with the presidential election, and I don't know if it shows it here, I do have this presidential chart that I made where it shows the timing. And you've seen this before. Here's what am I looking at? 2016, where we had the breakout after the halving, and that took, what is this day? That's July. Yeah, so just imagine that you have all this boring price action right around halving, even before it a little bit. You know, you topped out, you dipped down. I think this was probably around 30% back then, maybe 40. Yeah, it's about a 40% dip here, and then it just kind of went sideways for many months. August, September, October. So that was 4 months between halving and there. And then the presidential election sent things up. And then, let's see, that was midterms. Here's the halving. And then that was May to November. Yeah, so this is probably more similar to what we'd be looking at. So what if this happens, that we just kind of, you know, bounce up and down sideways for the most part between halving and presidential election? It could happen. Definitely could happen. So here we are. You know, it's sort of like this, but it's probably more like this back here in 2016, 2015, where it just rolled over right at the breakout point, although this breakout's already happened. So I guess I have to move this one up here now, because it is a little bit different from the past ones. See how these happened before the all-time high in these two situations. And now this one actually got a little bit above the all-time high. And we'll look back one day and say, oh, well, maybe that was just a fake out. And a lot of people are thinking, well, you know, maybe that's a triple top and now we're bearish. Now we're going to have a long downtrend. I don't really think that'll happen. I think what we're going to see is maybe a little bit more dip. Could even come as far down as 40 to 43K, which that would be, it's about a 40%. I don't know if it would make it down that far. I mean, it's probably more likely 20 to 30% dip. And then we just kind of go sideways like this. That would be the usual look, something like this. And then once you finally get to the presidential election date on, you know, the US presidential election, that's when you take off. And then I've had this here for a long time. A question to myself, is this the Bitcoin top, October 20th, 2025? And we'll see. I mean, I was using 1,071 days from bottom to top on each of these. And on the last two, it's worked perfectly. So, you know, why not the third? Doesn't mean it has to, but, you know, why reinvent the wheel? Why not just expect that it does? And then if for some reason things change as things progress, then you can change your theory. You know, I'm pretty agile with things like this. I'm not a bull, I'm not a bear. I can change midstream if I see something happening that looks out of the ordinary. So until, I'll post this on my Twitter, but until something drastically different happens that didn't happen back here, then I'm just going to keep believing that this can happen right here on October 2025. But, you know, I take profits at mid-cycle too. So, you know, I'm constantly taking profits instead of taking that big drawdown. I don't want to see a drawdown. I want to have things on the side, have some cash, and just keep rotating it if I can. And it gets me in trouble sometimes, but more often than not, I'll have one bag that is a long-term bag that I don't touch, so I feel secure in that, and then I'll get it out whenever I think that the macro top's happening. And then I have another bag where I try to build up you know, more short-term plays using smart money or using TA, and then that's kind of what our group is about, is both of those things. And so that money I will use to buy more of the long term, or maybe I just build up my short term, either way. But that's one way you can approach it. Yeah, so let me let me get past all this because we don't want to spend too much time here. We really want to spend it in looking at smart money. But briefly, the smart money accumulation of stable coins is still increasing a little. You know, it's going up here just like it did here in, you know, March, April, May. Before this was kind of, was this mid-cycle? Yeah, I think this was considered mid-cycle as well, if I'm remembering right. March, April, May. Let me see. Let me just verify that real quick. Oh, I can verify it here. Oh, that was before the July dip. Okay, so no, that was pretty much when the top was already happening. So I don't think this is exactly the same, you know, the way it's playing out as far as smart money accumulation. But it's going to take a while. You know, this just means as it goes up, smart money is taking on more stable coins, where, you know, all of this going down meant they were going risk on. So now they're going risk off a little bit. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on this. I'll let you know if anything changes on that, but it could just bounce around down here for a while where they stay risk on. Okay, so let's jump into, oh, and let me show you this real quick. Nansen worked this up for me, or for some of us. I'll just show you for those that are into the base meme coins. Here's where most of the money's going right now. It's in DGen, Higher, Flies, and then USDC. Here's a new one I haven't seen, Coinye. I guess that's a, oh wait, it just changed. I guess that's a Kanye thing or something. Keycat's on there. All right, so let's jump into the smart money. I don't have this pre-done, so let me just work through this as fast as possible. Tree, I noticed, was coming up as a token that was getting some interest, and it was pumping some, and I brought that one up. I'll just look at the chart here before I start on the other ones. So yeah, what you want to look at for here is it did have a breakout, it seems, right around there. And then if you get a 50% pullback, which it's pretty close now, if you got a pullback to around 16 cents, that would likely be a good buy. But if you did lose this 13-cent area with a daily candle close below, I'd probably get out. AI social intelligence score is a 4, which this is engineering robo AI, and it will be coming out next month, as far as what the creator told me. And he is an engineer. He actually has a degree. I'll be going over this more and more as it comes out, because I want to show just how powerful it is, and how I believe it's one of the best ones that you can get, one of the best trading view indicator packages. And it's one of the few that actually has AI elements to it as well, as far as I know. So when it comes out, I'll let you know. I wonder what AMMX is doing. Yeah, AMMX is still doing well. I talked about that just a little while ago about it on Twitter, how it's up 225%. So as long as this is in the green money flow, I'm good with it. Yeah, so we talked about tree. Okay, let's move on to something new. APU smart money has jumped into that one the last 24 hours. Doesn't absolutely mean it's going to go up though. I mean, smart money isn't infallible. They can make mistakes too. What I usually look for is to see if one of my favorite wallets is in it. There's a good fund in it, but they could have just been moving. I don't think they actually bought $1 million. They were probably just moving some tokens around. Yeah, not seeing a lot there. Let's look at, okay, let's look at a different thing here. We can look in real time. Seems like a lot of people are going to USDC and ETH. Let me filter out. I want to look and see. This is all smart money here, but some of them aren't my wallets that I follow. So we'll just have to take a look at it and see if they're good. If they're good accounts. But I want to look at high conviction, so I'm going to filter out to $10,000 or more and just see who has the highest conviction. Here's somebody buying PEPECOIN, so we can look at that. That is one of the wallets I follow. I've looked at this one before. I don't really like that wallet because it trades in and out too often. What about GROK? I guess we could look at that. It hasn't moved in a long time, but notice how there's a lot of conviction holding profits too on USDC. SSV. Oh yeah, MUBI. Prime is an okay one, but it's fairly well, not diluted, but it's got a lot of market cap, and I'm not really interested in that. Token. Okay, maybe one more page of this, and then we'll move on to another. This is a brand. Whoops, I didn't mean to open that one. This is a brand new token called Drift. We'll take a look at that. Okay, let me go up here. I will look at new tokens first and see if there's any smart money activity that's unusual. So there's 3 new joiners here. SONKE. Monkey, this is one that I bought. I didn't post, but I bought it. I'm down a little bit on it currently though. I did hear there was some Pepe whales in it. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's look at the current tokens and see. Yeah, there's Tree. I've already got it. Do I have that pulled up? I'll open it up again just in case. Safe. What is that? No. MAVIA has been seeing a lot of, that's a gaming token. It's been seeing a lot of interest from smart money. It seems like they are accumulating while it's dipping. I think that was dipping, wasn't it? Yeah, it's been dipping some. DIONE hasn't moved in a while. I guess we could take a look at that one. Trying to find things that have, oh, there's 2 different monkeys. This might be the right one. So in 7 days, it's gone up 13x, almost 14x. I wasn't in that early though. I got in late. MOG hasn't moved in a bit. Maybe that's the only ones we'll look at for now. I don't want to go too hard on this one. I got things to do today. What is that? Okay, that's a low market cap. OPSEC's been seeing a lot of interest. SCAPE is an interesting one because it's gone down a lot. And then I'll look at maybe ETHFI. Okay, let's stop there. And I'm just looking for for the wallets that I follow. I'm not going to get too crazy with this. I want to have some conviction. Okay, there's one. They haven't bought recently, but this is MOG. Yeah, I don't think it's ready yet, but it's one to watch over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, MOG looks okay. I'll just put that out there. It looks okay. You could start accumulating. And one thing to note is that if some of these tokens are down like 50% or more, especially if they're down like 70%, you could accumulate them for the long term. I mean, MUBI's mostly, yeah, see there's a 70% dip on MUBI there, and it's, oh sorry, I thought I was talking about MUBI. MOG is down 70%. It's mostly gone sideways since the beginning of March, and we got out near the top on this one in our group after we played the triangle breakout, so we did a 23x on it. Yeah, I mean it could, I kind of feel like it'll probably come down more. maybe wait a week and see what happens, or wait a few days anyway. Let's see, 4 doesn't have any of our wallets, but it does have a little bit of an uptick there. What is 4? Price is, what does it have, 5 zeros? I'm just checking it off screen, trying to find the right one. That is how much it has, right? Okay, I found it. It's called 4Coin. 4Coin. Looks like it's on Poloniex. Surely it's on Uniswap or something. Well, we'll look at this one. Oh, there's not much liquidity. Yeah, it's one of these. It doesn't have a whole lot of liquidity. I mean, the chart still looks okay, but I don't know. I don't really want to mess with a token like that. BRUNE. There's definitely some interest here by the wallets we follow, plus this one bought today. Uptick. It's a low FDV though. Let's see. BitRunes. Four zeros. Yeah, okay. I think that's the right one. Yeah, okay. So it's, oh yeah, the market cap on this one's too low. It's even under a million. I don't think this would be one to even consider. Oh, that must be why they're buying it, because it's so far down. Yeah. I mean, there's some of these like SLERF or, yeah, it's down 99%. I think people are just hoping that it pops back up. What was that other one we were looking at in group? I don't remember which one it is, but you know, there's some of these that could be good buys, but I mean, there's also a risk. Oh, it was like NTD and, oh yeah, TPU, that's what it was. So TPU went down 99%, and I was thinking, well, you know, it could still do inverted head and shoulders like Sturdy did after it went down about 80% or whatever it did. So sometimes they recover and sometimes they don't. Anyway, I think we'll just pass on that one. I mean, you could buy it if you want to, you know, just throw a little bit in or something, but it's up to you. It's hard to say if it's a rug or not. So we've got two really good wallets in this one. One has taken some profit recently. Oh, this is the OPSEC thing. Okay. Yeah, this could be a good buy. I just don't know if it's done yet with its consolidation. Where did I put my, I think I must have put my signal here, my alert here. So buy OPSEC, where do I have that at? It's about 5 to 6 cents, or sorry, 50 to 60 cents. So, you know, it could just slowly get down here and then be finally ready to go, but it, you know, it definitely is bearish currently, but I like the project. SCAPE, uptick. This is a wallet I don't know, but this one, well, this one barely has any. This is another one of those that has dipped a lot. I think it might be 99%. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. What did I call it again? Oh, ETHScape. Yeah, I mean, that does look like a rug right there. It's hard to imagine it recovering. It still can, but I think people are just banking on the fact that it's such a good value because it's so low. But if the devs got out of the project, then it's just the community running at that point. So a lot of risk on that one. ETHFI. Is there any of our wallets in this one? Yeah, no wallet, so I'm going to skip that one. PEPECOIN has one. Well, it's got a fund in it, and it's got one of our wallets. And this wallet just bought a lot, actually. So, let's see. This one probably has more downside, actually, in my opinion. Well, you know, it could have just swept here and it might be ready to go again, but, you know, Moneyflow is curling down. How much did this one go up? Oh, 53x. Well, you know, could be more of a, I'd say around $1 would be a really good buy for it. Anywhere between $1 and like $1, what, $50, $1.60. This is a good buy zone. And that would be an additional 60 to 70%, 60 to 80%. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. And if it doesn't hit it, I would just, you know, find some other token to play. There's plenty of them to play, but you know, we do have some of our high quality smart wallets in this one. GROK had a nice volume pump there just the last couple of days. And none of our wallets are in this one, but it could still be a good play because it hasn't moved in a while. Let's see, February. Well, it's kind of the same as all the rest of them. They all move together. Yeah, may not be a bad play, but I'm not going to look at it because none of our wallets are in it yet anyway. Let's see, SSV. I don't know anything about this project. There is one wallet, yeah, one of our wallets that just bought some. Guess we can take a look at it. Always go to your highest time frame first. It is marginally bullish on the daily chart. I don't like this rising wedge looking thing. I think this one could turn over. Actually, it already is turning over some. So this is a lower high or an equal high right there. I mean, if it was to do like another move up here, that could be an inverted head and shoulders, but I don't think that's what's happening. I think it's going to come down some more. So I'm not really interested in this one right now either. And then MUBI hasn't moved in a while. Let's see, when was it? Let's see, 19th of December was its last local high. And this same wallet just bought some. This one bought some. I don't know if that's this actually may be some kind of liquidity. And one person sold recently. Oh, so it's mostly just been going sideways since then. Okay. That shows strength, really. Could be a really strong token coming out of this dip. I mean, it did go down 80%, but it found support at this shoulder as it should. Let's see, so if it comes down like that, I could see it maybe making a run to TP1, you know, to do one more fake out and then come back down and then eventually be ready to go. Doesn't look bad. I mean, this is pretty good accumulation zone if you believe in this project and want to hold it till the end or something like that. So yeah, not a bad play at all for MUBI. Okay, TokenFi, I feel like this is a pretty good or a really good project. The Floki team is behind this. There is one wallet that I follow in it, though it's not the greatest. It's just kind of like a solid wallet. And I don't know if TokenFi is ready just yet. But I kind of feel that way about most of these tokens. I don't know if they're ready to move up yet because of Bitcoin. It is bearish. If I would be a buyer around what? How much is it down? 68%. It could come down one more time. You know, it could come down to this line actually. So I'd be a buyer between like 6 and 8 cents, somewhere in here. That'd be a good buy for a long-term hold. I don't know if it would come down lower than that. It could. Trying to imagine what the pattern would look like. Yeah, I feel like this might just be it right here. It might just come down to like 6 to 7 cents and be done. In fact, I'm gonna put an alert here. Let's see, that's token 5. Okay, drift. This is a new one. It's brand new this month. So it's a little bit harder to find out if any of our wallets bought it. Yeah, none of ours have bought it. I'll see if I can find it over here. Because I don't have a price on it's the problem. I can't find it on any of the usual things. Let me see. Well, maybe it'll just pop up. Maybe it's one of the few tokens named this. Yeah. Drift protocol, that's got to be it. I don't think I'd be buying that though. That's weird. Yeah, there's nothing there. I can't really play that. All right, just a few more here. So we've got SONKE. Can't see that any of our wallets are in this one, but let's look at the chart. Oh, can't even bring that one up, can I? Well, I could bring it up on, hang on, let me bring it up another way. Okay, this should be it. Yeah, it's way down, isn't it? I mean, you could take the risk on something like this. I don't know if it's a rug or not, but you know, a lot of consolidation here anyway, although it is a brand new token. So what is this? Yeah, I mean, it's just another copycat type thing. Barely any liquidity locked. Yeah, it's, wow, 40K market cap. I wouldn't mess with this one at all. It's terrible. Yes, let's get rid of that one and we'll look at Monkey. If this is the right monkey, and I'm not sure that it is. Monkey coin. Could be the wrong one. Yeah, this might be the right one. None of our wallets are in it though. 3 zeros and a 1. Just want to verify. Yeah, that's the right one. So here's what it looks like. I think I bought, where did I buy this at? Might have bought here? No. I probably bought somewhere right in here, I believe. Or maybe it was here, I can't remember. But, you know, this, it could come down more. I mean, you just have to decide if you're going to be it says it's down 74% today. Yeah, so you just got to decide if you're going to be in memes or not, and you know whether you want to take the chance on it. But there's definitely no guarantee on any of these. There's no guarantee on any token actually. And then tree. I'm curious if there's any of our smart money on this one. I think there's one. There's two, okay, and one just bought. So maybe they're seeing that this thing's upticking. Yeah, there's a big volume candle there, which was probably just the smart money buying. I think I had that chart, didn't I? Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about it. So, you know, if it comes into this 15 to 16 cent range, I might buy it. But first I want it to come down more. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to cover. Let me just make sure there's no tokens here that I wanted to go over. FTM, JUP, JUP. Hopefully I get the right one here. I think it's this one. Oh yeah, it's the same one, okay. Both of these are pretty strong tokens to look at moving into the next move up. And this one's only come down 60%, and it's fairly new. You know, I may have a saved chart on this one. No, I didn't, okay. So let's see, how far could this come down? Oh, it's already touched the, what do you call it, the golden pocket. So this would be one place to buy it if you wanted to hold it long term, right here around 9 cents. And then, you know, maybe buy a little bit here if it were me. And none of this financial advice, it's just what I would do. And be aware that you can lose everything. We don't know what the market's going to do, but this would be another place to buy. Is around, you know, 75 to 80 cents. So either around 90 cents or 75 to 80 cents are pretty good places to buy, but it is bearish currently. So I do want to, I think I'll just put an alert right here. Sometimes it can come back down to that wick. And then what else? FTM, what is it working on? Yeah, it broke out, it came back down. This would have been a really good place to buy there because you got the retest of the breakout. You could have even did it like this. It's not perfect, but somewhere in there. Could it come down and touch this line one more time? Sure. So, you know, 40 cents, 55 cents, somewhere in there is a good place to buy FTM. I'm just trying to see if I find anything. Oh yeah, SLERF, we talked about it on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, it needs to hold this support right here. I didn't buy yet at this, you know, when it pumped out of here. Or maybe I did buy and then I sold because it was looking weak. But anyway, I was saying that it has to hold that bullish line for me to be interested in it, and it's under that, so I'm no longer interested in it until it gets back above. I think that's it. Yeah, so I'll post this presidential chart so people can look at it and what my ideas are going forward. Okay, well, y'all have a good one, and we'll try to do another one here maybe in a couple of days. I get busy sometimes. I can't do more than one a week at times, but I'll try to get a second one in by the end of the week. All right, take care.